Welcome to this free training. This free training is going to teach you how to sign your first SMMA client if you have no experience and you have no results. The most common question I get asked here across my social media is, Adam, I want to start a marketing agency. I don't have experience. I don't have results. How can I get clients? And is it possible for me to get clients? So in this free training, I'm going to show you first off how it is possible, examples of my students signing clients even when they don't have experience or results. I'm then going to show you 3 key strategies that we use with my private students that help them to get their first 3 clients, even when they have no results and no experience. So I really hope you're going to enjoy this video. If you already have tons of clients, this might not be the best video for you. But if you are struggling to get the first couple of clients logged in, this will really help you. So enjoy and let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions and I can get back to you on there. Okay. So guys, what I want to teach you today is how to sign your first social media marketing client, even if you have no experience or you have no results, right? You're completely starting this from scratch. So just to get a feel of the room, if you guys could let me know in the chat if you're new to social media marketing or you're already doing this. Okay. So let me know in the chat. Are you brand new? Have you been looking into this for a couple of months? Where are you on that journey? And just a reminder, if you're hopping in, if you could just mute yourself while joining, that would be awesome. Thanks, guys. Sweet. So yeah, it looks like most people are new. Okay, so we've got some people who've been looking at this for a couple of months. Some people have just started the process, looking to start an agency. Cool. Awesome. All right, guys. So yeah, hopefully I can give you some insights into how you're going to sign your first client starting as a beginner, because you just have to remember, everybody that you see who's successful was once a beginner, right? I was a beginner once. The students that I post all over my social media that are absolutely crushing it, they were also beginners once as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can do this, and there are strategies, and that's what we're going to get into today. Now, before we get into that, I want to give you just a quick rundown on myself. Look, most of you in here know me. You probably follow me on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, so you have a rough idea of what I do. But I just want to give you the full backstory so that you can see I'm qualified to teach this stuff, right? Because there's a lot of people out there that will teach stuff, but they haven't actually done what they're teaching. So as most of you know, I started a social media marketing agency back in 2019. We work primarily with fitness coaches and supplement companies. We got our first clients in November of 2019, and then we scaled to 10K a month in revenue in roughly 45 days. Okay. Now, before that, I spent months trying to figure it out. Okay. I didn't hire a coach. I didn't hire a mentor. I wasted so much time, so many hours. And it was only after I got the first client that I actually cracked that code. That's when I started to see that success. The reason I was able to see such success so fast was because when I signed that first client, I went from thinking I can't do this because I don't have experience and I don't have results to I can do this, right? Because the proof, I literally signed a client and made that first bit of money. So for you guys, once you get that first client, it's typically a very pivotal, magical moment. You sign that client and you realize you can do this, right? It's not just for other people. Like, you can actually do this too. I kept running the business, right? We scaled to 54K a month in early 2021. Now, right now, I still have my agency. It is almost completely automated between team members and softwares that we have. So for me right now, I don't spend a lot of time working on the business. We're not actively trying to scale it. And I could get into that, for a whole hour, the reasons why. But just so you guys know, there is a point in the agency journey where your stress will go up because you're managing a very big team, and your profit margin will start to reduce, meaning that for every dollar the business makes, you actually take home less of that. Okay. So what we found was in and around the kind of 40 to 45K a month mark was the sweet spot for our business. So we decided not to scale it past that and to build out that team, build out the automations, and have it run in the background. And just to show you kind of what this can look like, right? This was January 2020. Okay, so again, roughly 45 days after we got started. These are the client payments that we got. Okay, so you can see some clients were massive, paying us 2.5K, paying us 4.4K. Some clients were tiny. If you look at client number 7 here, they only paid us 130 euro. We had another client for 390, another one for 340. And so you can see there was a big difference between the two. And the reason I want to point this out is because one of the strategies I'm going to give to you today relates to these low ticket clients, okay? Client 7, client 9, and client 5, where we didn't charge them much money. I'll tell you why we did that. Now, this is just a proof, just so you can see, again, that's the peak that we got to. This is March, as you can see, 2021, at $54,000 in revenue, okay? Sweet. So I've worked with over 300 business owners. Okay. So what we do in our agency is we help them save time primarily because we create their content and we might even manage their social media for them. And what this does is it obviously saves them time, but it also helps them get followers and customers. And those are 3 of the main reasons as to why a business will pay you. If you can save them time, make them money, and get them more growth, more followers, and more customers, that's some good stuff right there. So as I said, agency runs pretty much on autopilot now, which brings me to what I'm doing today with you guys, right? Mentoring and coaching. I've had the pleasure of working with well over 100 people. We've had students make up to $17,000 a month with their marketing agencies. And obviously we've had dozens of students get to 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10K per month in revenue for their businesses. So I've done it myself. I have successfully taught other people. There you go. All right, let's get into it. I'll give you some examples and to get you kind of spurred up. You can see Katie here. She was actually able to get to 2.5K a month within 60 days in our program, starting from scratch. Okay, complete beginner, no experience, no results beforehand. Quit her accounting job, and now she is all in on this business. She now is up to, I think it's 3 to 3.5K a month. She's taking it nice and slow and steady and making sure that she's not scaling too fast, okay? Making sure it's very manageable and stress-free. Kieran here, he was able to sign a 1K per month client within his first week, which is crazy because he's a pretty young guy. He was 17 when he joined the program, and closing that type of deal, which was a total of 3K, right? 1K per month for 3 months is just wild. Sam here was able to sign a 12,000 euro social media marketing client, which is crazy. That's a huge deal. And right now he's making well over 5K a month with his agency. Again, Sam had a little bit of experience, but not that much. He had never really sold anything and he didn't really know much about the marketing agency space. Another example for you, Dara here was able to replace his income of 2K a month from his 9-to-5 job. And he did this with just 4 of his own clients. So he had about 4 clients, roughly paying him 500 each. All right, so for you guys that are completely brand new, this is the rough breakdown, super simplified view of how this business model works and how you can scale it up without working 24/7. Okay, so first you have to find businesses that either don't have good social media, maybe they have a really old, outdated website, or there's another part of their business that is just really lacking that you know you can help them with. Typically, we focus on social media, but you could build an agency that does web design, that does copywriting, anything you can think of can be built into an agency. In fact, we had a student very recently, his name is also Dara, and he started a architectural drawing agency. Absolutely crazy stuff. He would outsource the work to freelancers on Fiverr and Upwork, and he was able to get loads of clients through, I believe, Upwork as well. And again, is he delivering social media services? No, but he's using the exact model that we use and he's doing really well with it, okay? Step 2 is you chat with the business owner, okay? You have a call, you message them, you offer them advice, and you explain how you can help them. Okay, you're not going to pitch them and try and sell them right away, but you're going to build up that relationship, because once they start to realize that you do have knowledge, which again, we're going to teach you hopefully today, and you can do this, they're going to be open to that conversation. Step 3, you get paid. Now, this is really important. When you get paid by a client, it's really important that you get paid first. Okay, so your client pays you, let's say 500 a month, and they pay you at the start of the month, not at the end of the month. And then you pay your team at the end of the month. So that gives you a ton of cash flow, meaning that you should never have to dig into your own pockets, right? It's always cash flow positive. And that's how you can scale fast. If it was the opposite and you had to pay your team at the start and the client paid you at the end, it would just cause a lot of headaches and stress for you. Now, you can do all the work yourself. Okay, if you have some experience with social media, you can learn this stuff from us and we can brush up your skills and get it to a point where it's really good and enough for you to deliver that service to a business owner, or you can outsource it. If you choose to outsource, you will typically keep about 70% of the revenue as profit. And if you do it yourself, of course, it's pretty much all profit, but you'll have to work more hours per day. So I know, look, a lot of you, if you're brand new, you're going to be thinking, why would a business pay you? Now, I know we've discussed this previously, right? If you can save them time, make them money, get them more customers, get them more followers, those are reasons as to why they would pay you. And I'm going to give you the strategies that you can use to get these clients, even though you don't have a track record, which I know that's a question a lot of you guys are asking, right? What if you don't have results? And you might be brand new, okay? So you're thinking, hey, look, I just don't know anything about this. So why would it work for me? And again, I can just tell you from my experience and the people I've worked with, it can, and it most certainly will if you put your mind to this. Okay, guys, so if you are ready, drop a yes in the chat. I'm going to give you the exact methods that my students are using to sign their first clients with no experience and no results. We've got 3 frameworks that we're going to go through, and hopefully they're going to be valuable for you guys. So drop a yes if you're ready for this, and we will get into it. All right. Awesome stuff. And if you guys are wondering, this is live, by the way, so you can ask questions as we go, and we'll do a Q&A at the end. If you drop your questions now, they probably will get lost, right? Because as you can see, the chat is blowing up with yes. So it probably is best keep your questions till the end, but this is completely live if you guys are wondering. So yeah, cool. Let's get into it. Sweet. So method number 1 is what we call discounted pricing. Okay. Instead of trying to charge, as much money as possible and trying to make a ton of money straight away, why not offer a cheaper price to these business owners? Okay. That's what I want you to think about. Many people when they're starting will think, hey, I should do a free trial. Okay. I'll do the work for free for a business and they'll obviously trust me because it's free. I'll get them good results and we can go from there. We really don't recommend this approach for many reasons. One, if you do the work for free, that business owner will expect it to be free the next month. Simply, right? If they got results from your service for free, they won't want to now pay for the exact same results. They just got it for free. So they'll probably fire you and then just find another person who's willing to do this for free, and they'll just repeat that process. Okay, so that's point number 1. We don't want to be doing this for free. Point number 2, they're just not going to be able to give you what you need, right? Let's say you're going to manage their social media. Well, if they're not paying you any money, they have no skin in the game. There's no skin off their back if they don't give you the login to the social media, or they don't give you photos of their products or photos from their business, because they didn't pay you anything, right? There's no real motivation for them to help you actually get results for them. Okay. So it really creates this weird scenario, and you're going to feel underpaid because you're not getting paid at all. And I just, for that reason, would not recommend it. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to charge less than you normally would. So, let's imagine that you're going to offer a business social media management. Very basic. You're just going to manage their social media. You'll post on their page, you'll post on their stories, you manage the page, right? You just keep it, you just maintain it. You're not trying to grow it, you're trying to maintain it for them, maintain their reputation online. But let's say you decide you're going to charge $500 a month. Cool. For your first 2 to 3 clients, we're going to slash that price. Okay. We're going to take 30, 40, or 50% off. And we're going to explain this to these business owners. Okay. So you can be completely honest with them. Look, you and 2 others are going to be the first 3 people I work with. And because of that, I'm going to give you a massive discount compared to what it's usually going to be. Okay. So that is your angle. Just straight, upfront, honest, tell them you've no experience. Now, something to note, guys, you just have to know more about social media marketing than the business owner that you're selling it to, right? So you don't have to be an expert. If you know more than them, you are an expert in their eyes. I'll give you an example, right? When I decided to set up my company, like a limited company, there's tons of legal stuff you got to do. The person I spoke to, the accountant and lawyers, well, they may not have been experts, but to me, they were, because they knew more than me. So they just had to know more than me, sell me on it, and then pass me over to their team. And their team did all the work, right? Same model, different business arena. So that's number 1, right? Many of my students are using this. I can actually show you some examples. Let me just pull this up. Let's see. So you guys should be able to see that still. Let me just reshare it here. All right. Just to show you what this can look like, okay? Because obviously I know, you're gonna have doubts, right? Does this actually work long term? Oh, one sec. Seems like we're glitching all over the place here. All right, cool. Let me know if we're all good. You should be able to see some of these screenshots that I have on screen. All right, all good? All good, perfect, awesome guys. So if you look at the screenshot here, Owen, right? He signed a client, as you can see here, on a €300 per month trial. This is the middle screenshot right here. Okay, so did Owen become a millionaire with his first client? No, but he got them in on 300 a month as a trial. Okay, so 300 a month and see how it goes from there. If you look at Connor here on the right-hand side, he also did a trial. Okay, so he did a trial run at $500 a month, and then they're going to increase that if he's happy with the results. Okay, so you can see here, guys, this is very, very common. It's what most people do when they're starting, and it just works really, really well. Okay, so that's method number one, discounted pricing. You're not going to discount your pricing forever. Okay, there is going to come a point where you start to increase your pricing again. Okay, back to, let's say, 500 a month if your trial run is 300 a month. But for your first 2 to 3, this is what we recommend. Discount it, get the clients in, build a case study from the results, okay? Get them good results, build out a case study, build out a portfolio, and now we can justify the higher price because we have results, okay? So that's the method number one, and we're going to get into method number 2. Sweet. So just let me know if you can see this one as well. We should be back on the slideshow of method number 2. Awesome. All right, guys. So method number 2 is called the no results case study. Okay. So in my agency, I'll tell you the exact process that we still use to this day to sign clients. And it's not super complicated. It's actually this basic. Okay. We find a business, right? Again, that fits that criteria, not doing so good on social media. Website doesn't look so good. We know there's potential to improve what they're doing. We're going to message them on either Instagram or LinkedIn. We're then going to ask them a quick question, right? Could be a question about the content they post on their page. It could be a question about their products, their services. The key here is not to sell them, not to pitch them anything. We just want to open up the dialogue, open up the conversation, nice and slow, okay? Secondly, once we get the conversation flowing, we're going to pitch them a free case study. What does the case study do? It shows them what we can do, but it also shows them some strategies and tips that they can get so that they can implement that themselves, right? That's what they think. They think they're getting this free thing. They're going to learn a lot from it. Then once they've gotten that, we're going to ask them onto a free Zoom call. So a one-to-one call where we can ask them questions, go back and forth, see if they're a good fit for our service and see if they can afford it. And we try and close the deal from there. Step 4 is we just rinse and repeat this process. So we have virtual assistants. And right now I've got a sales closer or a salesperson in my agency that does this for us. Okay. So this can happen in the background on autopilot. Now for you guys, you're probably wondering, what does this case study look like? Because it's easy for me. I've got results. I've worked with a ton of businesses. Very easy. I can just build out a case study tomorrow and I know it will work. But for you guys, we're going to have to build one out with no results. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. And the reason we give a case study before we try and sell, before we try and get them on a one-to-one call, firstly, it's because it's easier, right? It's easier to say yes to a free case study, which is literally just could be a document or a PDF. It's easier to say yes to that than a 30-minute Zoom call. The 30-minute Zoom call is more intensive, and they're not going to do that with a complete stranger, right? Whereas if you give them value with the case study, they're more likely to then book in that call. And so our main goal of the case study then is to show them any results we might have, if we have them, and if we don't, show our expertise, show our ability, and show them how they can improve what they're doing. So how they can get more results on social media. So here's how you can do it. Again, even if you have no results. This is what we call a compare and contrast case study. Right? It's a case study not showing your results because you don't have any. Right? It's literally going to be a detailed breakdown of 2 social media accounts. Right? One of them is going to be doing really well on social media. The second brand is going to be not doing well, like really, really bad. And ideally, you want to find whatever niche or industry the business owner is in. Let's say they are a fitness coach, like my clients. I would show them a coach that's killing it, really good content, lots of followers, lots of engagement. And then I would show them a coach that's really not so good, 100 followers, really bad quality posts, and clearly not making any money from their business. And what we want to do in this case study is outline that the difference between the two is your service. Okay. So social media management and content creation would work incredibly well in the example I just gave you. We show a good coach, killing it in social media, good content, clearly very active on the page, right? Then we showed a bad example, not posting much, posting low quality photos, no good videos. It's just trash, right? We show the difference between the two. We explain we actually do these things. We can create your content. We can do the videos. We can do the graphics. We can do the quotes. We can then post it all for you, right? So that you save a ton of time. That is how you close using this. Okay, so lots of our students use this and method 1 combined. So we'll go with this no results case study, get them onto the call, and then explain that, hey, we're actually going to slash the price because we're only looking to take on 3 new clients. And because of that, they're getting that discount. All right, guys, so a couple examples for you. Okay, so these are frameworks that we've taken directly from the 6-Figure Accelerator program, our mentorship group. So I'm going to just give them to you here. Why not, right? You might be able to use them. You might be able to get results. So the first one is the transformation case study, right? It's showing a transformation, okay? How someone went from X to Y, and you're going to explain how. So in this example, how we helped a skincare company gain 1,497 followers in 1 month. Right, that's the transformation that they're going to learn from the case study. And this is awesome. It works so well. This is the one that we use in my agency because we have the results and we can obviously use that. Okay. Now, if you don't have results, you could still use this, but you're not going to claim that you helped them. You can just say, how a skincare company went from X to Y followers in 1 month, and you could find that skincare company. You can use a website called socialblade.com, which will then show you their growth. So you can track how many followers they had at, let's say, the start of June and midway through June. So if they grew 1,000 followers, awesome. Let's show them exactly how. And we'll break that down in the case study. The second one is the negative motivation case study. So it's the exact same thing, but we're flipping it on its head. So we're going to say, instead of how we took them from X to Y, we will say how to avoid losing 1,497 followers every month as a skincare business. Same thing, but slightly different. All right. And the reason we want to try these different variations, some people react to negativity, some people react to positivity. Okay. I, for one, I resonate really, really well with negativity. Okay. So if you're trying to motivate me, telling me, hey, Adam, you can make 100K a month won't do that much. But if you tell me, hey, Adam, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to, your business is going to die and it's going to fall off a cliff. That's going to get my attention a lot more. Okay. So you want to try these 2 out. And the last one then is what we call the value or the expert case study. So it's not showing a transformation, but you're just going to claim your way to fame. All right. So how to sell out your skincare products on TikTok in 2022 without spending any money on paid ads, right? That's the example that you can run with. So guys, if you're going to do this, just pick one of these, roughly try build out that case study. If you do decide to work with me and my team, we will give you, first off, a case study template. We will then actually coach you so that the case study looks good, right? We'll work back and forth. We will send you a full review of your case study. We'll tell you what to change and all that good stuff. So if you want to do it yourself, you can give it a good shot, but we actually give you examples, templates, and we'll actually build these out with you because we've done hundreds of them. We know what works and we know what doesn't work. Now, the last method, and this is probably the most powerful method. Now, the reason it's so powerful is because it's not easy. Okay. If you have a really good network, whether it's friends, family, or people you went to college with, or people in your job, right, that you think would need your service, you're in an amazing position, like such a good position. I know lots of people that use this. I have not used this myself ever, because when I started, I didn't really have that network. Okay, nobody really could have benefited from my service. Okay, but what you do in this case is you're going to use the methodology from method 1, right, which is pitching the discounted service, and you're going to do that to family, friends, and people in your network. So many of our students are just using this not forever, right, but just to get some easy wins at the start. Okay, now the key thing here is, they do this after they work with my team to help them create an irresistible offer and teaching them how to actually sell. Because if you just go to your friends and family and say, hey, I'll do your social media, it's $300 a month, they probably won't sign up, right? There's a way to do this and there's a way not to do this, of course. Just to give you an example, Gavin here used this approach to get his first clients. So he actually signed his dad's business. Okay, now again, was that easy for Gavin because it's his dad? Of course, right? Way easier. But if Gavin didn't work with us and didn't actually know the details of how to deliver the service, how to get good results, and then how to outsource it, he wouldn't have been able to do this. Okay, so for Gavin, easy win. He can focus on getting some results, building his dad's business up, which is awesome, but also then getting a really good case study and maybe even a testimonial video from his dad, just explaining how good Gavin was with his service. And this now is going to allow Gavin to scale up massively down the line. Massively, okay? So guys, those are the 3 main methods. I know we've had a couple of people ask if this is recorded. So yes, we are recording this live, as you can see. So we'll send out this afterwards, okay? So we'll put it on to our email list and send it out. And I'll also post it probably on Instagram.